Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome. As you're coming in, just give me a shout out. Where are you in the world today, this morning, this afternoon, this evening? I know people come in and join from all over. Good morning, Chicago, Maryland. Welcome, welcome. Massachusetts, Lisbon. Wow, Myrtle Beach, South Dakota. Well, good morning. I'm so excited you guys are here. It's morning here. I'm in Tampa, Florida. And wow, Netherlands. My name is Kim Garst. For those of you who may not know me, I love helping business owners create more sales, leveraging the power of social and digital media. I'm a best-selling author and also the creator of one of the very first Periscope for Business courses. So if you guys are trying to figure out this whole, live streaming thing, check it out at Scoping for Biz, B-I-Z. Thank you, Becca. I know these are you can get these on Amazon. There's just readers. So Portland, Oregon, welcome, welcome. Salt Lake City. I have been at Smart Success, which is Charlene and Brett Johnson's event. And I've been, I don't know if lazy as much as just my brain hurt. I was soaking up so much information, knowledge, and in some cases, just realizing that, wow, it doesn't really matter at what level your business is at. We all have stuff, we all have, I call it crap that we have to deal with that, is similar regardless of what level your business is at. So I had brain swell, yes. So I have been just hibernating, honestly, trying to fit it all in and figure out, awesome, Marissa. Shalene's awesome. And it was such a lovely event. I had a great time, loved meeting some amazing people. It was a room full of amazing people, just incredible energy. And while I was there, Shalene said something that got me to really thinking. And she was talking about vision boards and how, a lot of people build vision boards. In fact, how many of you guys have a vision board? I'm just curious. I personally have never built a vision board. Okay, I see some that do. I should. Well, I've never built one. And basically, I'll just, for those of you who don't know what a vision board is, it's basically pictures that you can cut out of magazines or other places. And, you put it on a poster board or, you make I've seen some people do it very fancy where it's like a frame and, it's things that you aspire to in your business. Okay, I'm planning to create one soon. You can use Pinterest. There's actually apps out there now that allow you to build vision boards. And I think there's some web-based platforms as well that, you can see this beautiful home or this boat or, it's just all kinds of things. Whatever it is that you aspire to in your business. And then you look at that every day. You work for that. Yeah, I love that. Where's my folder for all the bobs and how many bobs do you guys know for the lovely person that wanted to see bobs, right? Sorry, I got deviated. Love the trolls. They just make my day, honestly. Dream boards, absolutely. There's all kinds of words for them. But Shalene said something that really got me to thinking. And I think that I would like to challenge your thought processes on how you think about dream boards. Do you need one? And I have nothing against them. If you have one, a troll dream board, right? I envision them in their basement, or, hollering up the stairs, Mom, bring me, whatever. I don't know. That's just the way I envision them. But one of the things that she said was that she's not a big fan of vision boards. And at first I was like, wow, well, I've never had one, but I never really given it much thought. I know a lot of people who build them and, I'm like, okay, great. When I first started my business 20 years ago, over 20, gosh, it's almost 25 now, honestly. My goal was to make $200 to pay the car payment. Now you can't even pay a car payment for $200 anymore, but back then that was my goal. And I never just slowed down long enough, I guess, to really build a vision board. But when she said that, I got to thinking, and her comment, and the reason she said she didn't really care for a vision board, because it is one of those things. What if you don't get that dream home? What if, you don't have that fabulous car or that boat that you wanted? It kind of makes you think that you're a failure if you don't reach those things and if you don't, accomplish those goals. And so my thought was, it's a journey. So I'd like to challenge you guys to build a journey board instead of a vision board. I mean, or maybe both. But I would like to encourage you to build a journey board. And to put the little things, nope, not, oh my goodness, some people you just have to block, When like I said before, I just wanted to make $200 when I first started in my business. And I think a lot of people, when they first start in their business, are just trying to make a little extra income for their families. Whether that's $500 a month or $1,000 a month. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in, oh, I'm going to make $1 million. I had no conception of that when I started, and I think a lot of entrepreneurs don't. They, they start and they just get busy, and as things progress, they're excited with that first little bit of money that they make, and then they forget how quickly they forget. And this is why I want you guys to do a journey board, because it took me almost 5 years to make my first $60 online. Yeah. So for those of you who are still struggling, don't give up. Don't give up. And so as I was thinking this through, I was like, wow, how far I have come. And yet I never stop to think about how far I've come. It's always about more. What's next? I've got to do that event, or I've got to speak there, or I've got to roll out that new product. Instead of, taking a look and seeing that journey. So, from the little things, like, your first dollar. I actually have my first dollar framed. So frame your first dollar. To, when you got your first 100 fans on your Facebook page, to when you got your first 100 subscribers, do a journey board. And, it was so funny because I was thinking about this morning as I was driving to work, and I'm like, looking back on all the things that I've thought about in my business or accomplished in my business, I wished I could see it. I wish that I could see the progression instead of just like thinking back, and I'm like, I remember getting the first $30,000 check, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so surreal. And the things that happen in your business are stepping stones. And so many times we focus on that big stuff instead of the little steps that get us to the big things. So thank you, Erin. So seriously, guys, think about doing a journey board. Does this make sense to everybody? I mean, you can do both, Becca. I mean, I'm just saying, I think there's a place for a journey board, because then you won't be so wrapped up in, oh my goodness, I haven't accomplished those fantastic goals I have on my vision board. I haven't I don't have that dream home yet, but look at all that I do have. Wow, I now have a car that's better than I had when I started my business. Or, I've been able to remodel my bathroom, or, I've been able to give more to my church. I've been able to do this. I've been able to do that. Even though it may not be those big things, it's the little things that get us to the big things. And I think that we forget those things. I know I certainly have. And journey boards, I think, are such a great idea. And I just thought of it. I don't know if it's, feel free to leverage it if it makes sense for you. But I really wish that I had done that. And as, Shalene was talking about, her reasons for not really being a fan of vision boards. And I'm like, wow, you're right. Vision boards don't show the journey. We do need to be grateful along the way. And we forget those little things. And, it's like so many times we are focused on, wow, I stink. I haven't done that, or I haven't done that other thing. Or, the first day at Smart Success, and I told several people this, Shalene was having us write down everything that we didn't like in our business and in our life. And as I was writing things down, I'm like, oh man, I suck. And I know that wasn't her intent, but it was more of an internal thing for me. It was like, wow, I haven't accomplished those things or that thing, and I forgot to step back and be grateful for all that I have accomplished and all the things that I do love about my life. I know, right? I just really think that there's a place for journey boards, and for us to showcase that and to look back in 5 years and say, wow, would I have ever been able to visualize what I've accomplished? Because so many times we jump to the big thing. So, for example, how many of you guys would like to be like, I know entrepreneurs all the time. I deal with them each and every day. And so many times people will want to jump from A to Z instead of like progressing through. They just want, hey, give me the magic bullet and I'll do it and I'm going to make tons of money. And it just doesn't work that way. Hey, thank you for being here, Trendy. So everybody wants it now and they don't want to do the work. And so I think there's a lot of, again, to go back to that journey board and say, wow, look at all the things I have accomplished. And I am so far, much further ahead than I was when I started. So I'm hoping that you guys feel like this has been valuable and you'll start one. I'd love to. As I was looking back this morning, I'm like, there's so many things I'd forgotten. It does. And it also allows you to see where you've been. So it seems like we've got a few trolls this morning. They must not have gone to bed yet. I have a memory box. Love that, Z. That is such a great idea. It's so funny because I framed my first dollar, and I have a copy of the first like big check that I got. And, back in the day, I was charging, I did a lot of Yahoo banner advertising. Who remembers that, So I go way back, and I used to charge a ton of money for that. And, that was like my big checks. I'd get, these massive checks every week, and it would be like, wow. I think one of the questions is, what amount was big? For me, that first big check was $30,000. And I was like, oh my gosh, I never in a million years when I started had that vision that I would be able to accomplish that. Never. I mean, literally, so many times people start with this fantastic goal. My goal, I'm an accidental entrepreneur. I didn't start out saying, I'm going to make millions of dollars. I didn't. I started out saying, if I could just make $200 to pay the car payment, I'd be happy. And, I think so many times, what would the little amounts, how would that impact your life? If you made an extra $500 a month, how would that impact your life? If you had an extra $1,000 a month, would that impact your life? And then you work, you build up, you just continue to build on that. Oh, awesome. So does anybody have any questions? First goal, an extra 5K. Yes, that's a realistic goal. That's not something that's like, oh, I'm going to make $1 million in a month. Now, I'm not poo-pooing on those dreams. Do not think that I am. If you have that dream and that's your big goal, go for it. But take the baby steps to get there is what I'm saying. So yes, the process again was, wait a minute, I gotta block somebody who needs to go back to their basement. So anyway, okay, so I was at Shalene Johnson's Smart Success this past weekend, and she made the comment that she wasn't a big fan of vision boards. And so it got me to thinking, and her reasoning for it was that it doesn't really showcase the journey. And so I'm like, wow, that is so true. And as I've been thinking about my journey, my entrepreneurial journey, which is long and distinguished now, I thought, instead of vision boards, wouldn't it be cool if we did a journey board and showcase the journey of our man, we just got some amazingly interesting folks this morning. All you guys are amazing. Don't get me wrong. I meant amazingly interesting trolls as well. Usually don't get many trolls, but I've had 4 or 5 this morning. I guess I could do without that kind of popularity, though. Trolly trolls, yes. Yeah, I just blocked them. It's all good. Yeah, I'll get right on that, dude. It's so funny. We got one in there. Hey, let's stop the presses for a second. We've got a troll in here that just asked me to remove my shirt. Yeah, I'll get right on that. You just hang around. You just wait and wait. I hope you'll wait because it's going to happen. Yeah. Right? Not going to happen. But, if you want to waste your time, go for it. I mean, you could wait until eternity. It's not going to happen. I don't know. I think they crawl out from their basements. Yeah, cue the music, right? I know. It makes you wonder. I mean, why do they bother? It just doesn't make much sense to me, but whatever. I mean, do they go from scope to scope until somebody blocks them? I don't know. That's a great idea. Becca was asking the question, she wants her board to look organized. And one suggestion that I would have, I think you could use the vision board apps just the same way, except you would want to use them from a journey perspective instead of, all the grandiose things that we put on our vision boards. There's apps out there. If I were you, I'd go to Google and just type in vision board software or apps and see what comes up. Or there's another idea. I've just used simple collage maker apps. Yeah, I know, right? Gift Biz Gal says she had a ton of trolls when she was in Brazil. Whatever. They don't even bother me anymore. I just make fun of them or I block them. No biggie. I make posters in Canva. That's a great idea too. It's the glasses. It could be. Maybe I should just take them off, except I can't read your all's comments when I do, so that's why I wear them. Passion planners are excellent. I thank you guys for jumping in and giving some great ideas. Well, I'm hopeful that you guys will run out and start your own vision boards and do something amazing. I'd love to see them. Even if you just get started or if you're just getting started on your entrepreneurial journey and you don't even know what to put on there, just literally the small things. Hey, I bought my first domain today. Or, like I said before, I got my first 100 fans on my Facebook page. Or wow, I did my first tweet. There are actually people that haven't tweeted yet. So, there's so many. Stop and pause for the troll again. Oh, golly. I don't know why that term really bothers me, but it does. Anyway. Well, guys, hopefully this has been value-based to you and it's benefited. I'm going to be sharing a lot of my thoughts about Smart Success over the course of the week so that you guys can kind of get a feel for what the event was like. And I think you'll definitely want to go next year because it was an amazing event. All right, guys, take care. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.